why do you think that Wilson was pro Second Amendment?
All right, page 377. So this is I thought this was a great question that he asked me, especially because it's a very hot topic. It's something that I think kids of your age probably hear a lot. What is the Second Amendment, right?
Mm-hmm.
Do you really know what it means? You hear a lot of adults talking about it, right? Kind of confusing.
Yeah.
Well, I think even adults can get confused by it. And so if you want to really understand something, especially about our nation, our Constitution, you got to kind of read about it, study about it, and then read and study what other people thought about it. People of authority, people like Woodrow Wilson. So at this point in his story, there's a conflict with Mexico, and Wilson does not want to go to war. He's kind of this moralist guy who is, pro-life, realistically. He thinks that war is not good for the country, and that doesn't mean he doesn't believe that you should be prepared for war, right? A best defense of not fighting a war is a strong offense of posture, realistically, I think is what Wilson believes. And so he expressed his belief in the Second Amendment, quote, "the right of the people to keep and bear arms," end quote, "not for the sake of shooting each other, but so that citizens could be, quote, ready and sufficient to take care of themselves and of the governments which they have set up to serve them," end quote, "with a well-regulated militia." So what is this saying? He's saying you, the average citizen, have a right to protect yourself. You're not here to protect, it's not there to protect yourself necessarily from individual invasion, although that's covered, but it's mainly to protect yourself and your nation. You should have a weapon so you're prepared to fight in war if your nation calls to you. Because you're going to remember, when these laws were written, time was different. Circumstances were different. And the possibility of war back then was always in the air. And I think, unfortunately, it's kind of back in the air now. Whether we want to admit it or not, you just got to think about those type of things. And as citizens, you should be prepared and understand your rights and your responsibilities. And that's kind of what Wilson was saying, is it's your right and responsibility as a citizen to have a well-regulated militia, to be trained and prepared for battle should your country need your service.